Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Mr. Greenhen, aka Rambo Greenhens, and today I'm just going to give you a really good look at how my compost bin has been doing. It's about a year that I did it, and I'm going to show you, because every week I keep constantly adding to it, so it's keep constantly feeding. I should actually get another compost bin next to it so I can kind of turn it over and place it in another one and keep a fresh one processing, but I just wanted to keep this one going. But in the future, that is the plan. I will be definitely adding another bin to it so I can make more compost and continuously making this a full cycle so I can have beautiful compost for my vegetables that I'll be growing in the allotment. Let's get you guys to see that in a very cold day. This is my compost covered. I have had two zinc. It's basically one sheet of zinc, and I had it here and it was in no use, so I cut it in two with a machete and stuck it on top of it to kind of keep the processes going. And just gonna take it off and show you guys. This has been a year. It's been constantly been added to. You've got some coconut stuff that I know is definitely take a longer time. I should actually chop these up a little bit, but I'm not really too fussed about it right now. And then you've got like a bag there that I'm gonna tear up today. But this is what I constantly keep doing. Every week I add to it, and you can see that it's slowly starting to decompose. You know, it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna turn it over and see what is happening underneath it, because it's been a while since I've turned over the compost that's underneath that to see if it's continuously doing. I should get a thermometer, but every time I constantly go and try to get one, I forget about it. So let me get my fork. I'm gonna just dig into it a little bit, turn it over, and see if I can get something to show you guys. Oh, before I go, have a look here. I put some potato skins in here, and a potato literally is still trying to grow in autumn. Crazy. That's great temperature underneath it to let something germinate. So it's beautiful. So it is constantly doing the job it's supposed to be doing. But let me get my fork and I can turn it over, and then I show you what's happening on the fork now. I'm gonna just turn it in and over, just kind of like see, you know, making sure things are happening, and have a look for worms. I can see one there. Ooh, I can see the beautiful red colored worms. Let me get you guys closer and see if you guys can see them. Just there, guys, some beautiful worms which are doing the job right there to eat all these stuff. And underneath this, it will become a compost. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know why everybody else is not doing composting. Look at this. This is beautiful nature at work. It's amazing. I will chop up some of the stuff later on in the process, but let me get this turned over and get it. And I'm gonna add, by the way, I'm gonna add some more to it today, because I bought some more food scraps here, and it does not smell in any way. It's actually, all I can smell is like an earthy sort of smell. So it's really doing its job. Absolutely. It's amazing. I should try not to hurt some of these worms. Unfortunately, some of them will get a little bit of a poke. And by doing this, I'm just constantly making sure that it's doing its job. But I don't want to do it too often, to let the process take place. That is the main reason why I want to get another compost bin and start a fresh one. So this one could take its time and just constantly decompose and get me some amazing soil for next year. Look at this. My favorite buddy is back at it again. Every time I come into the allotment, he's here by my side. when I'm digging up stuff. He's coming to have a bit of feast on some of the bugs and stuff which are there, and enjoy a nice meal from my stuff which is decomposing. So I've got some plantain skins which I've completely chopped up. Gonna sprinkle that in, and this is a Amazon delivery cardboard box. So I've removed all the plastics from it, and I'm just gonna add it all to it. And the best thing about this time of year, all the crop, all this vegetation that you have that are finished and coming to the end, you're just gonna basically add this to that, or anything that you have there available to decompose. Natural thing. You don't want to put no cheese, you don't want to put no milk, you don't want to put anything like that, because that will attract rodents, and you're definitely trying to attract, you're actually trying to not attract none of those, because they are an absolute pest. The coconut stuff, I don't mind it being this big. Over the time and years, it would take its time to decompose. So I've got some other things that I'm going to add to it. I've got some orange peel, but citrus, I don't want to add too much citrus to this, because I don't want to make it in too much of an acidic sort of compost, which is not very good for every plant. So you got to manage that as well, guys. You don't want to put too much acidic things in here. But even if you do have a lot of acidic thing, you can add other things to it to change this pH. I've got a pineapple top there, I've got a watermelon skin. I'm gonna add that to it. I'm not too fussed about it. It's gonna all become compost in the long term. And just chuck that in, and it doesn't smell. A lot of people are thinking, oh, it must be horrible, the stench. It's not. Let me just grab something else which I'm gonna add to it right now. Just give a second. Rake in my hand here. This is my garden rake, and I'm gonna basically use it because all the leaves now have fallen off the trees, or abundantly there are always around us. Look at that, guys, all on the ground. That is beautiful natural organic matter that is perfectly able to go in any compost box. And I've got some cardboard as well here, which I'm going to tear up and put it on there, adding to that browns that I need and all that natural greens that I need, because the browns and the greens work together. As long as you know the formula, or a formula in sense, or whatever works for you, it will produce compost. It's fantastic. So I'm just adding a little bit more brown to kickstart it up a little bit. Just add it there. Should have really shredded it more. The more surface area you create, the better, or the faster everything starts to produce. So I'm just going to use the grate here quickly, just to grab a little bit of these browns on the ground here. Being careful because there is a big black wildberry bush here, which is very spiky, and it's just giving me a little stab on my finger. So when it comes to composting, the key element is to understand that is you're adding back something that is grown here or all around us, or something you use naturally to produce more food in the future. So, and you're not using any chemicals. Any chemicals at all. You're just adding back more value to your own possible growth in farming or allotment or growing things at home. So you really, in the long term, it becomes full self-sufficiency. So whatever you grow, you put in the compost produce soil that adds back to your growing patches or growing boxes, and you put the seed into the ground, and then in turns it produces food for you, and the cycle continues. And that is eliminating the use of any chemicals needed, because there is natural things happening all the way around us. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to love yourself, and if you love what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, because Rambo Green Hands is going to be here every week to drop you something so you can watch. Thank you very much, guys. May God bless you, and take care of yourself and the planet. See you guys soon. Just gotta finish what I'm doing right now.